Good men do the things they like to do. Great men do the things they need to do. But champions do the things they hate to do, to grow, to achieve, and to overcome all obstacles in their path. To learn more, visit www.evenplace.com.
We want to welcome you to the Even Place. Appreciate an opportunity to be before you on this wonderful and glorious day. Our theme here is the Even Place is very simple. Wisdom is the principal thing, and all you're getting, get a complete understanding. When we say get a complete understanding, we're saying is, how do you duplicate? How do you replicate? How do you take a success principle and put it in your own life? One of the things that the Lord has been dealing with me lately is the fact is that he said, Alvin, I want you to learn how to be a good cook. And I'm saying, why do I need to learn how to be a good cook? It's because if you're a good cook, you know how to follow instructions. I want you to always remember this. Your long-term success is determined by three things: the questions that you ask, the answers that you seek, and the instructions you're willing to obey. I'm going to say it again. The questions that you ask, the answers that you seek, and also it's based upon the instructions you're willing to obey. All successful people, all they do is follow the recipe. They follow success. There's one of my favorite television networks is the Food Network. And it seems like some people come on there and they want to try to win something on there. And I'm just amazed. They go on there, all they know are recipes, but they don't know the science. They don't know how to put acidity. They don't know how to do different things to make the food pop and to sing. That food has one note, and when Bobby Flay and the different ones criticize their food, they looked amazed like, how come you don't like my food? That's Mama's recipe. Well, Mama's recipe is not about science. And the more you understand science, the more you understand the laws of things, the better you are going to be successful in life. We here at the Even Place, we're about laws. And the laws that we talk about have nothing to do with you, whether or not you're male or female, you're bond or free. For example, if you to go right now to MapQuest and you want to get from here to Raleigh, North Carolina, it doesn't ask you when you type in www.mapquest.com, what is your age, what time of day, what kind of car, are you male or female? It doesn't ask you your faith, your religion. All it asks you is, do you want to get from here to there? And then when you type that information in, it doesn't say what time of day, are you overweight, underweight, fat, skinny. It doesn't ask any of those kind of things about your history, your culture, your society. It wants to know, do you want to get from one point to another point? And so what happens if you go and it types it in, I want to get from here to Raleigh, North Carolina, it says get on 495. Go to 95 and 85. If I go Tuesday, Beltway, 95, 85, I'll get there. If I go Wednesday, it doesn't tell me, it doesn't ask me those kinds of questions in terms of the scenario of who I am. It just want to know, do I want to get to that particular point? What we want to do here at the Even Place is give you principles. So if you're male or female, 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, it doesn't matter. These principles will work for you each and every time. Now, our lesson that we've been going over the last couple of weeks is the ways wisdom for wealth. We're talking about wisdom for wealth, and we want to give you a success strategy for wealth. Today's success strategy is learn to profit. The concept is learn to profit. Profit is the reason for everything. Profit is the reason for everything. Now, profit is not man's idea. Profit is God's idea. It's based upon Isaiah, the 48th chapter, verse number 17. It says, I am the Lord thy God that teacheth thee to profit. God is the one who initiated the concept of profit. Now, a lot of times persons have something wrong with the word profit, but when I say profit, if the word profit bothers you, because many times in society, profit means greed. Or profit may mean for some taking advantage of someone else. And we're not talking about taking advantage of someone else. We're talking about three aspects. Number one, I want you to write this down as a working definition for profit, which is based upon the law of Genesis. You are to replenish. There are things that you need to replenish in your life. If you look at the word re always talks about restoration, restoring something, replenishing something, refueling something. Re also denotes the fact that there was something missing that you need to recover. Each and every day I get up, and right now I've been on a weight loss program and a new diet. And I thank God for the last several months, I've lost 60 pounds. And I plan to lose another 70 pounds. I lose 2 pounds a week. And it's based upon a system. If I work the plan, which is calories, watch what my intake is, and then I burn so many calories on my bike, I have no problem each and every week losing the weight that I need to do in order to have my goals. Also kind of helps that I have every Tuesday I have a conference call with my nutritionist, and we go over my diet, and I have to let her know what I ate every week. And it doesn't hurt that every Thursday, Joan, who is my personal trainer, who used to train Jackie Onassis at the same age, I wanted someone who dealt with this situation at the same age, and she helped Jackie Onassis. Every week I have a certain goal. And every week, the part of the goal is that once I lose certain weight, I have to replenish the energy with something else. So when I think about profit, I want you to think about profit. Think about how can I replenish? There are things that you had lost that you're not aware that you lost, and you want it to be replenished. Number two, when I say profit, benefit. Everything in your life needs to benefit you. Benefit you. It needs to advance you. You need to experience promotion, provision, and progress. Every successful relationship, whether it's a personal relationship, business relationship, it has to be a benefit. If there's no benefit in you doing it, why are you doing it? That's abuse. Abuse takes place when you're not benefiting from that relationship. You're not benefiting from that job. You're not benefiting from this experience. If coming here or watching this video does not benefit you, cut it off because you're wasting your time. You need to go, as our good friend Oprah says, run to your destiny. Run to the place that benefits you, blesses you. So let's look at it again. A working definition for profit, number one, is to replenish. Number two, it is to benefit you. The third reason why you want to profit is for advancement. You want to advance yourself. You want to go forward. One of the worst things you can do for yourself is not have a system of building momentum and seeing improvement, seeing a betterment. You know, we just started this particular ministry called The Even Place. Each and every week after we do this particular segment, I go watch the videotape and see how I did. I try to enhance. I try to improve. Every Thursday, not only do I have a personal trainer, I have a voice trainer. My voice trainer helps me with my voice, my diction. I want to improve. I want to advance because the better I'm able at making presentations, the more persons I'm going to reach. One time when I first started, I had my coat open. She says, close your coat. Have your buttons. I got to make sure there's a dimple in my tie. When I first got on, I didn't have makeup. Now I have on makeup. There's all these kind of little things I have to do to advance myself. And the better I'm at my presentation, the more individuals that I'm going to reach. As a result, each and every week when you go to www.theevenplace.com, which is being hosted by Mr. Bomani right here. Thank you very much. We're getting more hits and we're getting more response because we are in a situation. Even by me saying this, as a man just got up and went to the restroom and started fixing his tie because he wanted to make sure his tie is right when he comes up a few minutes from now. So we all have to work on improving ourselves in order to present ourselves, okay? So what are the benefits of profit? The benefits of profit, number one, is to replenish. Number two, the benefits of profit is to benefit. You know, how does it help you? How does it enhance your life? And number three, there has to be an advancement. Also, it's very important for you to understand that in business, the difference between a business and a hobby is profit. If you're not making any money, do not call it a business. It is not a business. It is a hobby. It's no different than I was a child, and I don't think I ever told you this, Alicia. I used to do model cars. That's a hobby. I didn't make any money doing little model cars. I used to have a card collection, baseball cards, football cards. That was a hobby. If there is no profit involved, that is not a business. So don't call it a business. On the sheet of paper that I gave you for your notes, I give you a formula for business. First of all, you have to establish when you start a business that you should do at least 100% profit. There should at least be a minimum of 100% profit. Why is that? Because that's the law of God. Number one, it's called hundredfold. We're going to get into a definition of what hundredfold is. But profit, if you don't do 100% profit, first of all, in America, in most countries, 50% of whatever you make as a profit, you have a silent partner called the government. So you got a budget for them because for whatever reason, if you don't spend any money, they don't like you. Okay? The government is set up so if you decide to save, the government doesn't benefit. So they penalize you through your taxes. The government's concern is for you to spend money. And if you spend money and make money, they get their cut. But if you don't have any debt, if you don't have any credit card, the government will hate you. They don't like you because they don't make any money. It's nothing personal. It has nothing to do with the Democrats or Republicans. The government is about making money. The government hates you when you don't go to the gas station. Do you realize when you pay that $4 or maybe in your case $5 gas? Can I get a witness? Won't he do it? Can he do it? Yes, he will. you got to pay $1.50 probably in Chicago, and most of that going tax, not per the whole pay, but per gallon. And so it's not to the advantage of the government for the price of gas to go down because they don't get a bigger cut. And so you have to understand when you're negotiating something, is it benefiting you or is it benefiting me? So what happens is the first thing you always have to establish is profit. What is the profit margin? It should be 100%. Then the next item you look at is price. So let's say, for example, if the price is $1, or I'm sorry, not price, expense. So you look at all your expenses. Let's say, for example, I have a pizza. This doesn't look like a pizza, but let's say this is a pizza. Okay, I'm selling this pizza to you right now. This pizza costs you $1. Okay, so I got to have 100% profit. So the pizza really is going to cost you the price, which is $2. So the profit is $1. The price or the expenses is $1, and the price is $2. I'm going to say it again. Make sure we are on the same page. The profit is $1. The cost for me to produce this pizza is $1, and I'm going to charge you $2. One more time. Dollar profit, which is 100%. The cost of this is $1. Then the actual price is $2. Okay. Now, let's say, for example, you go out in the marketplace, and someone else is selling their pizzas for $1.50. And you say, how can I compete with someone who's selling their pizza at $1.50 and my pizza costs me $2? Because I don't have profit as an option. Profit has to be made. Prophet is somebody that I got to talk to. In fact, I thought it was interesting that in the Bible, we have a fivefold ministry, and the one that will cause you to profit is a prophet. Okay. And you need a prophet in your life in order to get profits, or coach or manager in that particular case. So let's say, for example, this pizza costs $2, but the market is $1.50. How can I maintain my profits? Well, you can look at it three things. Number one, you got to give a better quality of profit. You got to get a better product than everyone else. So the quality has to be better. And you think about that, I think about quality like Nordstrom's. Nordstrom's is very, very popular because of the quality of what they do in terms of service. I had a chance to talk to the owner of Zappos, the billionaire who has that particular shoe company that started with selling shoes. They provide, number two, service. So if your price is more expensive than someone else, you need to provide either better quality, or you need to provide a better service or method of delivery. I not only will sell you this pizza at $2, I'll come to your home and make it. Okay, it's different method of delivery. So when you want to be able to be competitive, you got to either increase or enhance the quality, you got to either increase or enhance the service, or you got to do a different or better method of delivery. A couple of things you want to understand about money or understand profits. People who have money or people involved in profits are three types of individuals. Number one, I want you to write this down. They're very diligent. Solomon said the hand of the diligent is fat. I thought it was very interesting. The music selection today was different than what we normally have. So it seems like every week when we come together, we meet, but we don't meet in the sense that we're flowing. And I thought it was very interesting. He played one of my favorite songs concerning hustle. And that kind of leads into what we're talking about today. Some people don't understand you have to hustle in life. There's nothing wrong with that. You have to hustle in life. The hand of the diligent becomes fat or becomes prosperous. It becomes blessed. And so while we're listening to the music concerning hustle, that was a part of today's lesson, profit. You have to hustle. You have to be diligent. You have to have more energy. And the way you have more energy is being able to be a person who's very, very diligent. And everyone in this room, you're very, very diligent. One reason why we start at 8 o'clock, I know the diligent get up at 8 o'clock. Folk later on are not quite as diligent. People who get up early, they got a plan for their life. They want to get things done. They got things orderly, organized in their life, and they want to be organized. We found out that the more diligent person gets up early. So that's why we're doing this at 8, 10 in the morning. Number two, people who make money are not emotional. People who make money are not emotional. People who are emotional don't make money. I remember one time, Bomani, I was in a negotiating with a particular individual. We were negotiating a deal. And all of a sudden, as my daughter's laughing because I think she heard this story. But we're negotiating this deal of mine, and I'm sitting there negotiating with this guy. And all of a sudden, the guy got the better hand of the negotiation. Many times, you don't get what you deserve. You get what you negotiate. And so me and this gentleman, we were talking, we were negotiating back and forth. And I started getting emotional. I want. Then the guy looked at me and said, "Excuse me, is there something going on between me and you?" I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "You're getting emotional. We're not dating, are we?" Because dating is an emotional relationship. And he looked at me like I was crazy, and it calmed me down. I had to laugh at that because he's saying, this is not that type of relationship. Don't get mad at me because I know my numbers. I got the upper hand. You need to handle your business and not take it from an emotional perspective. I was talking to some ladies recently, and they said right now the best investors are women. It's from a group called the Motley Fool. They have a whole network, and what they're talking about now, women are the best investors. They're learning how to invest better than men because they're taking emotion out of it. You can't invest. You can't have a business based upon emotion. It's the numbers. Even there's a sports show on ESPN I watch every now and then. Numbers do not lie. When you do a business plan, the best part of your business plan has to be the numbers. You know, I remember one time I was going in to talk to NBC, and I was there telling them about the fact that I wanted to be a grad student, and they said, no problem, we'll pay your way through college. And all of a sudden they said, Al, what you going to do when you grow up? I said, I like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. And all of a sudden, I was doing a kumbaya, okay? This guy took off his coat and his white shirt, his manicure hands that he just got done at Mayflower Hotel, and shut the door. He says, say what? Is that what they teaching you at school? He says, man, let me tell you something. If you don't know how to make money here at NBC, you can't be kumbaya at all. He says, you got to make me money. And if you're not prepared to make me money, you can take the $8,000 education for your grad program. This is back in the day. You can't do $8,000. That's what it did back in the day. And he said, you can go and leave. Okay. But he said, you got to make me money. If you can't make me money, leave. I said, okay, I'm going to make you money. It had to change my whole paradigm. Number 3 is you got to be a person who has a ownership mentality. So ownership mentality if you want to be able to make money. Number 2 is you have to be a person who's non-emotional. And number 3, you have to be a person who's diligent. Why do we say we got to be ownership mentality? I was talking to a good friend of mine last night, Dr. Mike Murdoch, and we were sitting down chatting. And I said something to him in private, and I said on the stage, he looked at me, he never thought about this. I gave him a definition for uncertain riches. I said, uncertain riches are resources received by the hand of another. Uncertain riches are resources received by the hand of another. Lottery, I'm depending upon somebody else to give me the money. A job, I'm depending upon someone else. Anything that you depend upon the hand of someone else to give you something is uncertain. The benefit of true riches is resources produced by your hands through seed time harvest. Remember this. You get money 3 ways: through seed time harvest, you get money through products or goods, and you get it also by services rendered. Okay? If you don't have a product, if you don't have seed time and harvest, if you don't provide a service, you don't make any money. But the good thing about it, if I sow sparingly, I reap sparingly. But if I sow bountifully, I reap also bountifully. When I went to see Dr. Mike Murdoch yesterday, I'm not just saying it, but he said it publicly, I don't go see somebody who's wealthy without bringing an offering. I don't see somebody who has money and don't approach them and bring a gift. I brought him a gift, and that's the first thing I did. I went to the got a money order. And I said, you know, I want to make sure I get that. I put a nice envelope, and I handed it to him, plus a copy of my latest book, Dr. Alvin's Book of Ponderations, which is available now on Amazon. And there you go. And so what happened was I met him, and I did that for him because I understood the power of being around someone who's smart. And then when I'm sitting there, you know, we just shared an experience, and I said, anything that you get by the hand of someone else is uncertain. And you cannot depend upon it. You cannot depend upon that job. You cannot depend upon that insurance. You cannot depend upon the government. It's not that they don't want to help you, and it's not that you may not succeed. But the bottom line is that is uncertain. And if you bank on it, it can leave. A grant can leave. You may get it, you may not. But if you do it through your hands, you can always be successful. We want to conclude this by giving you a story. This story is based upon an extraordinary lady who lived at 511 Buchanan Street here in Northwest Washington, D.C. Extraordinary lady. And I learned from this extraordinary lady the power of profit. Now, even though this lady was a divorced single parent, she never ever talked about her being divorced. She never ever talked about what caused the marriage not to be successful. And despite the fact that she was a single parent, she also was an individual, besides being a single parent, had a daughter who was sometimes sickly. Then not only did she love the daughter who was sometimes sickly, she adopted another daughter as a part of her family. So look at this scenario. She has a house. It's a corner house. And when you go to the corner house, it's right beside an alleyway. And it's a brick house, a nice house in a very, very nice neighborhood. But yet and still she's a single parent. But I never ever heard her use her being a single parent as an excuse. And she is one of my greatest models that I ever observed and I saw hand in hand eye to eye for myself as an extraordinary person who understood profit. Number one is when she left her retail business, she owned a business that she left. First area of profit. Number two, she got in her cab. So once she left her retail business that made money, she got in her cab. On her way home, she's making money. I said, you go, girlfriend. You go. So she's making money from the retail. She's making money in her cab as she goes home. When she gets home, when she look to the right, there are flowers. Those flowers are not sitting in her living room for no reason. Those flowers are sitting there because she sells those flowers. She goes into the dining room. Those flowers are not sitting in the dining room because they just happen to be sitting there. She sells those flowers. She's making money. Then you go to the back room. There's somebody living in the back room. Now, there's not no man that she has a relationship with. That is a roomer who's making money. Then when you go to the side of the house, there's an entrance going into the one part of the basement where there's a roomer. She's making money. Then you go to the back of the house, there's another door that comes in. Guess what's back down there too? Another roomer. Okay. She's teaching me the art of profit. Let's go and rehearse this again. Retail, profit. Driving in a taxi, profit. The money's making money in the living room. The money is making the money is making money in the dining room. Money is being made in the back room. Money is made from this interest in the basement. Money is made from that interest in the basement. And of course, in the garden, making money in the garden. Then you go upstairs. Now, I'm not sure where the daughter slept because I'm just thinking about it right now. I'm not where the sickly daughter was at. I'm not sure where the adopted daughter was at. And I need to do my research and find out. Okay. But when you go upstairs, guess what? There were rumors upstairs. So this wonderful lady, every place that she was around was generating some form of income and some form of profit. And who's this extraordinary woman? My Aunt Ethel. Ethel Stratford. She made money at everything that she did. So what's the theme of today's lesson? I thought today was learn to profit. And so what did she do? Everything that she touched, she replenished. Everything she touched was a benefit. And everything that she touched was an advancement. And I knew to the day that she died, she never lacked. And also, I forgot, please forgive me, Aunt Ethel, she also babysitted children. I forgot about that business model as well. So when there would be little kids running around like your sons that are running around here, I should be charging them. But that's another subject for another time. So our lesson today is learn to profit. Everything that you do in your life should be for your benefit. Everything you do in your life should replenish what you've already lost. And everything you do in your life should be about the fact that you are advancing in your life. This is Alvin Augustus Jones. I want to encourage you to continue to have a remarkable and amazing day. Thank you very much.